name is Catherine Howard. I'm a cancer patient, and I was told that you guys might be able to help.
I'm having a hard time paying my mortgage right now because I lost time from work while I was being treated.
Hi, my name is Shelley Patterson, and I was referred to your organization by a friend. I am currently undergoing treatment.
Finally finished my treatment and I've gone back to work, but I'm so backed up on my bills.
You will offer assistance to patients who have part-time work only.
At the time I was enrolled in school, I was actually going to go to Southeastern. I was supposed to start in the fall. It was the summertime. Every month I do my self-examination, and this particular month I felt something different. At first I was hesitant to go see about it. I told my sister what I found, and we started talking about how important it was to go get it checked. I set an appointment with my primary care doctor, and he told me that it looked strange. At first, he hesitated to tell me what he found. He was actually really nervous. I could tell something was wrong. He just looked at me and he said, "You have cancer." Initially, I laughed because I was in shock. I didn't know how to react at the time. Just stared, and I asked him, "Okay, what was the next step?"
I'm 53 years old. I work here at Subway. It's a family-owned business. I'm married. I have 2 children, one who's just about to graduate college and a son who just graduated high school. I thought I was invincible. I had the big Superman on my chest. So I know it started to fade, but I didn't see it going away. And then one day somebody tells you you're not invincible and you could be dead in a year. Around Christmas time, I was nauseous and just feeling bad and tired for about 3 weeks. At the end of January, it had been going on so long, my wife and my sister made me go to the doctor. The diagnosis was cholangiocarcinoma. I guess it just changed me almost immediately. That's the size of it. It's thicker, but it's right here, and I didn't even know it. I knew I didn't feel good. I'd been tired, and I just thought I was getting old, but I didn't realize how tired I was,
Chemotherapy scared me. The first thing I thought about was being sick and losing my hair. My family, at first they were in shock. They took it hard. I was trying to be the strongest one for them. They continued to worry, and I always told them, "Don't worry." Especially for my oldest sister, she took it the hardest. She cried almost every day. She wanted it to be her instead of me. So I felt like if I showed her that I was down, it was going to be even harder for her.
The worst thing is not knowing what's going to happen. I have 2 kids. One's about to venture from college into life, and my son's going to college. You want to be around. So what do I have to do to make that happen? I've always been the one I do all the bills. I've been the head of the family. That's what you worry. Who's going to take care of my family?
When I met Dr. Mackey, I knew things were real. She initially said hi, and then she sat down and literally started drawing and explaining to me what I had. It was coming through one ear, going out the other, because I couldn't imagine having to go through all of it. She explained to me that we're going to first go through chemotherapy, and then I was going to go get my double mastectomy, and after that I was going to go through radiation. Once I was diagnosed, I instantly called my insurance company. I received a letter in the mail, and it stated that I was denied, that my status was unproven, and basically at my age, it was impossible for me to have cancer. My family and I were all in shock. We couldn't believe it, and the first thing they were thinking about was, how are we going to pay for it? They all volunteered to work extra hours, If it meant that my parents had to work longer or my sisters had to help, it was going to get paid for. Rob and I started doing research. We stumbled across a few cancer organizations. It was a very difficult process. Till this day, I still haven't heard a response for some of them. The only other kind of assistance I was offered was for a clinical trial, and that was pretty much it.
The oncologist here said you really need to go to MD Anderson and see what they say, because we really don't have a treatment for you other than just regular chemos. I went to MD Anderson. They couldn't get me into a study. They tried the regular chemos and it didn't work. It's like when I went back to it, the tumor had gone from 8 centimeters to 15 centimeters. At that point, we did more tests and they're trying immunotherapy.
CAGNO was founded in 1959 with the mission to assist local cancer patients and their families. We want to try to remove that burden to treatment. Many of our services include transportation, such as gas cards, utility copays, medical copays, insurance, prescription coverage, many of those things that the cancer patients need as they're going through treatment. So if a patient comes to us with a request that we've never assisted patients with before, we'll look to see if we can afford that. I really try to never turn down a reasonable request. What a lot of people don't understand is CAGNO doesn't really have any red tape patients have to go through, and that makes it so easy. Patients send their application, social workers send their application, and that application can be taken care of either that day or within 24 to 48 hours, depending on what the request is. Our only stipulation for our grants is that you are a cancer patient going through treatment. We do make exceptions sometimes if patients have been out of treatment for about a year because, things may still crop up. But having that criteria of being in treatment, being a cancer patient, diagnosed with cancer in the 13 parishes that we cover makes all the difference in the world. Patients don't have to worry about if they're $25 over the poverty level. They don't have to worry if their income is too high, because when you're going through treatment and you have $1,500 copays for surgeries or PET scans, and now you're having to buy groceries, and now you're having to put gas in your car because you have 36 radiation treatments. Those add up.
I let Dr. Mackey know that my insurance was denied, so she immediately knew what to do. She stepped in right away, and the first thing she said was, "Okay, we're going to get you help." She told me about CAGNO, and she told me she was going to personally call and get that information out for me so we could get the ball rolling. Within 24 hours, I received a call from Tammy, and she told me who she was and that they were going to figure it out and try to help me. Within the next 2 days, she emailed me and told me, everything was going to work out and that they were going to help. I read the email 3 times just to make sure, what I was reading was true. It was just a weight lifted off all our shoulders. My mom said, "Look how God works." She said she prayed for it and we received something, and she knew something was coming.
I met Mr. Crane shortly following his diagnosis, and he was going to be traveling for a second opinion. And because things happened very quickly, that wasn't necessarily budgeted to travel. And luckily we were able to get gas cards from CAGNO to help him and to ease the burden of that journey a bit on he and his family.
This was like when we were just finding out and going through some stuff, and we were going to be on our way to MD Anderson. She came in and she just took my information. She goes, "Look, we're going to try to get a hold of you and call you." And just so happened when I was on my way, I picked up my sister. My wife had just got off work, and I picked up my sister to go to, we're going to Houston. I get a phone call from them, and they say, "Look, we got some cards for you, and some gift cards and gas cards." And it was just like a godsend because it was just going to be very sticky going, back and forth. I had it covered to go to Houston for that weekend, but when I came back, it would have been a really hard week, and things weren't getting paid. This doesn't hit you when you got a pile of money sitting in the bank, you know what I mean? It was a godsend. I mean, they helped pay for the hotel and the gas. It was just a relief, letting me know I'm not alone. So, and that's how I felt. I got there and, walked in to get the cards. They just gave me a big hug. Something I really needed just at that moment. It was just really just sweet. And it was nice. It meant something. I don't know how people can do it on their own or without help. You know what I mean? So that's why I would say if you can help. And it doesn't have to be a huge amount. It's just a little bit can change somebody's life.
Tammy was hard at work. Like, it felt like she was determined to help me out, and I needed that at that time. If I can, I will tell everybody, donate to Kango. They help me out, so let's help them help other people.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeanette Dubois, and I want to thank Miss Tammy and everybody else for being so great to me, and hopefully I'll get a chance to tell her in person. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.